My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. Today I want to talk about a divorce in the context of being a business owner. Business ownership is a little bit different. The reason why it's different is because when a person has a job and they're just getting a 1099 or W-2, you can look at those documents and really figure out how much money they make, which makes it easy to figure out support, debt resolution, property settlement. All those things are simple mathematics. When a person owns a business, it is possible that his or her salary and benefits is subject to manipulation. They can take less of a salary, they can show different losses, they can take more of a salary, they can do different kinds of things in order to manipulate that system. So the question becomes, how does one handle a divorce in the context of a business? Now, you got to ask yourself, number one, what kind of business is this? Is it a business, a corporation? Is that the entity? Is it an LLC? Is it a private entity of some sort? Is it the kind of a business where there is stock and you hold some of the stock? Do you own 100% of the stock? In other words, we got to figure out what's really at issue here. If it's a corporation and it has stock and you only hold 50% of the stock, then even once you're divorced, there's still another partner out there who has the other 50%. So we have to figure that out. I would say this, if you have a business and your spouse is actively involved, there's a major question to be asked. Do we divide the business and potentially injure the future of the business by so doing? Or, if we have two active people involved in the business, do we leave it that way? Do we just have a judgment that says they're going to collect, the same amount of money, the same amount of benefits, and we leave it that way? That may be a helpful tool in order for the business to survive. Another thing that I would say is, if it's not like that, if you own the business, your spouse is, of course, a beneficiary in that she's married to you, but she's not a part of the business, you might want to avoid doing certain things. For example, there might be scheduled bonuses or other things that you might refrain from taking because it might artificially impact your income and make it look like you get more reliable money than you do. Next year, you might not get that bonus. And so you might be stuck with alimony from the previous year because you took that huge bonus. So you got to figure these things out. You sort of have to get ahead of that in terms of the business. If you're going to liquidate the business or buy the other person out, then we got to figure out what the business is worth. There are different methods by which a business can be evaluated. I will tell you that some are more sophisticated than others, but if you think for a minute, I had a client who thought that the business value is based on how much money they pay their employees, their own salary included, and that's not nearly it at all. The business has a much different value than those numbers. The point is, there are different ways to evaluate that, so it's appropriate to get a business valuation so that the parties can determine what is this marital asset worth. And that becomes very important. Now, sometimes we have to get multiple ones. A husband has one business valuation, wife thinks it's something else, and sometimes we average them or we come up with another method as we look at the value of this asset. It's important to put a value on that asset so that we can determine its place in the division of marital assets. If you have any question about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.